Hi, everyone. This week I've been talking about posting on social media to get traffic to your Etsy shop or your website. And today we're talking about Pinterest, which is one of my favorites, but also one of the most annoying because it changes a lot and they're very tricky with what they want from you. So they want new images, which they call fresh pins, which is a stupid term, but that's okay. That's what they call them. So every image that you pin to Pinterest, they want it to be new. Now that could be a different color background or a different font or whatever it is, but there has to be something in the image that's different. So for that, I use Pin Generator. I've done another video about that. I will post it at the end of this video. And Pin Generator just creates different images and you can change the colors and stuff, but it pulls the pictures in from your Etsy shop or your website and allows you to create a lot of fresh pins very quickly. What I then do, and this is the thing that I think I do differently than most people, I download those as JPEGs. And the reason that I do that is that I don't want to pin directly from Etsy because of the way that Etsy and Pinterest interact. When you pin directly from Etsy to Pinterest, weird things happen. So I use Pin Generator, I put the pictures in, I download the pictures as JPEGs, and then I schedule them in Buffer because it just is easier for me to do it that way. That's how I'm used to working. You can use whatever scheduler you want. I believe Pin Generator has a scheduler, so it's up to you if you want to even use that or not, or you can make your own using templates from Canva. It just takes, it's so much faster. And I will put the video, like I said, at the end of this, so you can go watch that. But I will schedule one static image pin a day, and that's just a picture. They call that a standard pin. That's a picture. Let's go over to Pinterest and I'll show you. Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier to show you this. Okay, so when you're on Pinterest and you have to fill out your profile and everything correctly, Pinterest is tricky. I have a Pinterest class. I'll put the link in the description. If you want to sign up for that, it walks you through everything, setting up a business account. And I also update it pretty frequently, at least once a month, if not more than that, depending on what they're up to. But yeah, Pinterest is tricky. It definitely does bring me traffic. I get a lot of traffic off of Pinterest to go to my website, and that's what I want. Etsy also has uploaded the entire Etsy catalog, as far as I can tell, to Pinterest. So you can tag your own products on Pinterest if you use the app. The Pinterest app allows you to tag products, and you can tag your own Etsy shop and have people go from your pin to your Etsy shop that way. So you don't have to have a catalog on Pinterest. I do have a catalog, and the benefit of that is it takes people to my website. Again, I have mentioned this before in the other videos about Facebook and Instagram. To have a catalog, you have to have a website because you can't have an Etsy catalog. But like I said, Etsy has uploaded their catalog. So on the app, you can tag things. So the benefit of having a catalog is that the first page that people come to when they come to my profile is basically my shop. Okay, so this is everything in my catalog. It goes straight to my website. If I click on this, it'll take people to my website. So you basically have another footprint online. And I will show the added benefit of Pinterest, which isn't really social media, but they're trying to make it more social. But I will show the added benefit at the end of this. But right now, let's look at the saved pins. So my saved pins are the pins that are static images. They call them standard pins. It's just a picture. And it's like this one. I made this in Pin Generator. And I schedule it, I download it as a JPEG, I upload it to Buffer, I tag, right, like I link to my website, and then I just copy and paste the description. So it's keyworded, people find it. I do get a lot of traffic from my standard pins to my website because this links directly to my website. So that works. What Pinterest has been doing, and I schedule one standard pin a day. And then I usually go in and make one idea pin using the same video. Here we are. It's the same video you've been seeing. I use the same video, one video and two still photos. That's what Pinterest wants. They seem to want the first image, and this is an idea pin. An idea pin has multiple pages. You tag it from, or you create them on the app in order to tag that product. And you saw it on that last thing. This is a product tag. If you click that, it'll take you to the page from my catalog that will then take you directly to the link on my website. It's like the page on my website, which is this listing. So that's the benefit of having the catalog and creating the pins in the app. You can tag things. But see, it's the same video. I've posted it, and the words are different because I use the text in the idea pin generator. Pinterest likes idea pins, and they really are pushing people to interact with idea pins now, which isn't really how people use Pinterest. But again, it's kind of a mess. But the idea pins, I do one a day using the same video, 1 video and 2 still photos, and that'll give you 3 pages in the idea pin. That seems to be the minimum that Pinterest likes. And that 1 pin and 1 idea pin seem to be enough. Now, if you save a lot, and if you go to other people's accounts and save a lot, you might get flagged for spam. My business account here has been shut down twice over the last month for being a spam account, which it is not. And they've reinstated it both times with a, oops, sorry, we made a mistake. And they also shut down my personal account because I have a personal account. They shut that one down for the same reason. I think what's happened is that they've turned up their spam filters because they don't want people just coming in and posting 90,000 things every day, the same thing every day. They don't want the same picture twice. They don't want it twice. So you can use the same picture with a different color background and a different font, like I said, and that counts as a different pin. But you don't want to pin to the same board, like the same link. You don't want the same URL over and over and over and over. And I have found that it's safest to not get your account shut down and being irritated, to just do 1 static pin, 1 standard image pin, and 1 idea pin a day. That's enough. And that does get me traffic. And if you have a business Pinterest account, you do get analytics. So you can go in and see what's doing best and what isn't. But Pinterest, again, is the kind of thing where idea pins, you don't go off of the platform. They want to keep people on Pinterest unless you have a catalog or you can tag an Etsy account. Let me think. I think one of these I don't have. Like this one, I did tag my Etsy account because I don't have these listed on my website for some reason. I went to tag my website and I haven't listed them. So again, it's 1 video, and I have this on, if you saw the Explore video yesterday, I have this on Etsy. So you can click here and this will take you to the Etsy link because Etsy has uploaded their whole catalog, and this should take you to my Etsy shop. Now this is the problem here. They show you all kinds of other junk that's not yours. Some of it is, some of it isn't. But this is not an offsite ad. This is an organic offsite traffic click. So you're not going to pay extra to get people from Pinterest to Etsy if you use the Etsy catalog and tag things in idea pins. So that is a good way to get people off of Pinterest onto Etsy, but you just have to be careful that you're not doing too much on Pinterest in one day and that you're not tagging to the same URL. I go over all of this in my class. It's very complicated and it's tricky, and Pinterest changes it all the time and it's annoying. Okay. But Pinterest is excellent. It's not really social media. It's a visual search engine. And they have been saying for years, it's a visual search engine. We're not social media. But then they all of a sudden are wanting people to interact. So they're a little confused right now. That's okay, because we can now tag things to Etsy in our own catalogs and get people off. I don't care. My whole goal with social media is to get people to go to my website and buy things. That's it. I don't care. I don't care if people like my posts. I don't care if they interact with it and make fun chatsy and blah, blah, blah. I want people to leave the platform and go and buy something. That's the whole point. And if you're trying to drive traffic to your Etsy shop, Pinterest is a really good way because of the fact that you can tag. If you're using, you have to use the Pinterest app. So use the app to create the idea pins. You can tag on the Etsy platform that through their catalog to go directly to your Etsy shop. And it's one way to get them off of Pinterest onto Etsy. Now, the other benefit of Pinterest that people really, really underestimate, especially if you have a website, is that Google indexes Pinterest. Okay, so here I've searched for edible butterflies. Let's go to all, and that would be like the main search results. It's just the text search results. Who are you competing with? First, you have ads, because Google knows that people are searching for something to buy. Then you've got Amazon, all right? And this is the stats for my website for that keyword. Then we've got another Amazon link, and then popular products, because they know it's a buying intent. And here's my website. So my website is on the first page for edible butterflies, but chances are I am not going to beat out Amazon, right? I mean, that's just highly unlikely. And there are some search terms where I am, but for something as general as edible butterflies, probably not going to happen. But if you upload a catalog to Google Merchant Center, they will put your listings on the shopping tab. Look, this is my website. Here's my website. So you can get your products in Google in different places. And one of those places is images. A lot of people, especially cake decorators, will shop based on images because they're trying to find something to match the picture that the bride or the customer brought to them. So I used to go on Google Images all the time and look for specific things just to see the match. And the thing about this is that here's Amazon, Amazon, Etsy, Walmart. It's going to be hard to beat these, but you can show up in these. Here's my website, and look, here's my Pinterest account. Google indexes Pinterest. Google likes Pinterest because Pinterest is very image heavy. That's all it is. And Google likes images to put in search results. So we've got my website is here, it's here. And this is one way that I've like snuck in by putting Pinterest in there, and they look at Pinterest. So the benefit, and here's another, this isn't me, but that's a Pinterest link. Let's see. I mean, I could keep going. Here's another Pinterest link that's mine. You could just look down here. It's going to be the normal stuff. And here's YouTube. They like YouTube also. Here's my website. So there are multiple ways that you can get into Google search results, and not all of them involve being found in that first page of text listings. And that's the hardest place to be found. That's the hardest place because you're competing with Amazon, you're competing with Etsy, you're competing with Walmart, you're competing with all the big merchant centers. And depending on what you're selling, Etsy might not even be on the first page because other stores are bigger for that specific product. So by having a Pinterest account, you're giving yourself an extra footprint online and extra chances to be found in Google search organically. And that's always a good thing. I love Google. Okay, so I'm going to post another video for you to watch here. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about YouTube, and don't run away and say, I don't want to do YouTube, because I'm going to show you my business YouTube account, which is very different from this one. Completely different purpose. So we'll see that tomorrow, and I will talk to you later.